My best friend's dad has a weird rule, and I just realized I'm trapped. The first lie I ever told myself about that house was that it could feel normal. For a few hours, with the movie roaring and the popcorn between us, it almost did. Zade's awkwardness was melting away like snow in the sun, and by the time the credits rolled, he was actually laughing. A real, loud laugh that didn't sound like it belonged in the suffocating quiet of his home. We were arguing about the sequel the way normal friends do. It's got to be the second one, I insisted. You can't beat the minecart chase. Zade grinned. Maybe. It's in the basement, though. I'd have to get my father. Why? I asked, grabbing an empty bowl. Just run down and get it. The light in his eyes just went out. The smile vanished. No, he said, his voice flat. That's his place, only he goes down there. What's he got, a secret lab? Is he going to ground you for touching his stuff? I teased, but the words felt wrong as soon as they left my mouth. He will be, displeased. Zade's gaze flickered towards the door, like he expected the man to materialize right there. The way he said it, so formal and final, sent a chill down my spine. I dropped it. We put on something else, and I let him crush me in one last game of chess to round out the night. You're learning, he said, a ghost of his earlier smile returning. Don't get cocky. We both knew he was a natural. The ease was back for a moment. I had a good time, Zade. We should do this again next week. His whole face lit up. It was like watching a lamp get plugged in. Really, that would be great. Yeah, man. Here, put your number in my phone. I unlocked it and held it out. He took it, but he held it like it was some kind of alien artifact. He just stared at the screen. I don't have one, he said quietly, handing it back. Oh, no problem. We'll just plan on it. Say, Saturday at 1? Saturday at 1, he repeated, his eyes bright. I'll see you then. Oh, and you should probably thank my father for letting me have you over. He looked down at his hands when he said it, a flicker of sadness crossing his face. He likes that. Sure thing, I said, heading for the stairs. I was halfway down, my hand on the big, cold brass doorknob, when a voice slithered out of the darkness of the living room. A guest does not leave without paying his respects. I froze. I hadn't seen anyone. The room was a pit of shadows, but as my eyes adjusted, I saw a shape in a high-backed armchair. Leander. He was just sitting there nursing a glass. Oh, sorry, Mr. Varseni. I didn't realize you were home. I had a great time with Zade. Thank you. His eyes found mine across the room. I felt them like a physical touch. Sit, Kian. A word before you depart. My gut clenched, but I walked over and sat on the edge of the stiff, uninviting sofa. He seemed to be considering me. His head tilted. Isra, my love, he called out, his voice smooth but loud. Our guest is thirsty. A few seconds later, a door I hadn't even noticed swung open noiselessly. A woman slipped out of the kitchen. Isra. She was pale, with long, dark hair, and her feet made no sound on the hardwood floor. She moved with a strange, gliding precision. Fetch the boy some water, dear, Leander commanded, then drained his own glass in one long swallow. And refresh my tisane. She nodded once, a quick, bird-like motion, and disappeared back into the kitchen as silently as she'd come. Leander's unnervingly blue eyes settled on me again. You find my son agreeable? He asked. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's really smart. The silence that followed was heavy, thick with things unsaid. Isra returned with the drinks on a small silver tray. She placed them on the table between us without a word. I caught a glimpse of her eyes. They were a faded, washed-out grey, and they looked at nothing. Thank you, I mumbled. She didn't acknowledge me. A treasure, is she not? Leander said as she retreated. Knows her place. He swirled his drink. It was a pale, sickly yellow with dark green flecks swirling at the bottom. It smelled faintly of damp soil and something cloyingly sweet. It does my heart good to see Zade with a companion. The move was difficult for him. He has a sensitive nature. Moving is always tough, I offered, just to say something. He set his glass down with a sharp click. You have no idea. The words hung there, a threat and a promise. The air was getting thin. Well, I should probably get going, I said, standing up. My dad will be wondering where I am. Of course, you travel safely. We will see you next week. 1 o'clock. I was at the door, my hand on the knob again, when his words registered. I turned back. The light from the porch fell across his face, carving it into harsh angles. How did you know I was coming back at 1? A slow smile spread across his lips, but it didn't reach his eyes. He tapped his temple with a long, pale finger. The walls in this house speak to me, Kian. They keep no secrets. The silence stretched, and I felt like a fly in a spider's web. I had to break it. Hope our chess game wasn't too loud for the walls, I said, trying for sarcasm. Not at all, he replied, his voice a low purr. It is good, my son has someone new to defeat. I imagine he was growing tired of beating me. Right. Well, good night, Mr. Vassani. I pulled the door open. Good night, Kian. And that's how it was for the next year. Every Saturday, I'd step into that silent, cold house. For 6 hours, Zade and I were in our own world of movies, video games, and chess. He was brilliant at everything, a quick study with an intense focus that was almost scary. But then 7 o'clock would roll around, and I'd have to descend the stairs into the gloom and perform the ritual. I'd sit with Leander. I'd drink the glass of water Isra brought me. I'd answer his probing, uncomfortable questions while he sipped his strange, earthy tea. It never got less weird, never less terrifying. But it was the price of admission. One night, Zade was sleeping over at my house. My normal, loud, messy house. And watching him, so relaxed and happy, it hit me. He was my best friend, the person I looked forward to seeing more than anyone. I genuinely cared about him, loved him like a brother. And that made what was coming so much worse. Because I had spent a year walking into that house for him, thinking I understood the darkness inside it. I didn't even know what darkness was.